Europe that France's President Macron is describing as Europe's third wave. In Italy, they began a new lockdown on Monday. That means tight restrictions across the majority of the country. People cannot leave their homes except for essential trips. In Germany, they are seeing the numbers of infections rising after they eased restrictions. Chancellor Angela Merkel will meet with regional leaders next week to decide what to do there. In France, hospitals are under pressure with patients moved from ICUs in Paris to other regions. Around 4,000 patients in intensive care there in Paris. A really grim picture.
From the 12th of April, United Kingdom, we're going to start easing the lockdown to start the business and help the economy with great apprehension, because Italy, Germany, and France, and some of other European countries are now back again in lockdown because of the surge of the coronavirus. Please watch this video and please don't forget to subscribe and visit my channel, Angel News TV Network. Thank you. After a long winter month and months of being in lockdown, United Kingdom, we're going to start the business by the April the 12th with imposing a strict rules and precautionary measures and following the protocols as we learn the hard lesson from last year.
The palm the Pope carried to Mass in St. Peter's this morning was the lightest burden for a man who's now celebrated his second Palm Sunday in an empty basilica in a city in renewed lockdown. In the Eternal City, restricted freedoms are beginning to feel eternal, as Italy, like so many other countries in Europe, is trying to rein in a third wave of COVID-19. But the Pope was less concerned about the virus itself and more about the dark forces it has unleashed.
We are taking stock of the evil which is defining our reality, the physical, psychological, and above all the spiritual evil, because the devil is benefiting from this crisis by sowing distrust, desperation and discord.
Divine intervention will not save planet Earth from this plague, but vaccines will, if only they could be acquired and injected in sufficient numbers. And that's the story everywhere outside a lucky few countries. Speed is of the essence, especially when ICU wards in Paris are filling up, and France reported losing almost 900 people to the virus just on Friday. The picture in Hungary is even more bleak. The country went from one of the best in class of 2020 to the worst per capita death rate on the entire planet. In Germany too, the government has gone from COVID hero to zero, coming under pressure from the virus and from a restive public, facing a third extension to the latest strict lockdown. This graph shows the extraordinary reversal of fortunes between the UK and the rest of Europe between January and now. Vaccines make all the difference, and even if the EU manages to get its hands on the 200 million doses it was promised by May, it'll be too late to prevent the current third wave.
It's been a year since the world been turned upside down by this coronavirus, a global pandemic that caused a catastrophic effect on the economy, business, our livelihood, our personal, financial, mental, psychological, and spiritual. When this virus and this pandemic are going to end? With the new surge and new variant that coming from different part of the world. Is it because of the virus, or is it because of the people itself, because of their denial, ignorance, and the defiance?